Mental Health Matters. Johanse Ayodike joins me on set, and I'm happy we actually have some time to touch on today's topic. Now, it's not really a question he's asking. He's talking about, quote unquote, the collective lie. I want to know, well, end quote, what is this collective lie we're talking about? I would love for Johanse to elaborate. And before he even gets into that, I saw via Johanse's social media post earlier this week, he offered some remarks to his alma mater, QRC, talking to the boys from the school step. I'm sure that was a full circle moment for Johanse. All these years after, I mean, you attend there, that's your school, then you go on to do your studies overseas, and then you come back all these years to give that opening pep talk, first day pep talk to the boys. I'm sure that would have been a beautiful moment for you.
Correct. It was a heartwarming moment, and I appreciate even the staff and the principal in terms of reaching out not only to me but to all the other old boys to come and assist, because what it really is a family.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, when you contribute to the family contribute to you, and you keep going, it's a cycle that continue bringing success.
Yeah, of course. I know that's the QRC way. I know the old boys very active, and you always talk about, or at least I hear about, you know, QRC men bleeding blue. the blue bloods. All right, man. So well done. Well done.
Exactly.
What is this collective lie we're talking about? I'm confused.
All right. So there are some things in society that they tell us, and so I'll give a premise first and then we can get into some details, that, you know, they tell us we're supposed to do this, and then you'll get these other results. But truthfully, we know that is not how it is worked now. Or we know if we want to get certain success, they give us a certain blueprint. But if I know somebody, I could get through. So I go into the collective lies, as in society tells us something, but we know the truth deep down. And let's say for Trinidad first. You don't have to talk about the world. You talk about what we know. So I am told, study hard, get a degree, whether it is bachelor's, master's, and I will get a job. But we know that is not true. It's not guaranteed, right? We also hear, well, just put your resume, somebody will consider it. But we know for most cases that may not be true, that it depends on who you know. So I'm highlighting that because there are many other lies that we say, but we know as the truth, you know, but we pretend that is not true, and we all participate in the lie of it.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, yeah, that is a reality. That is, I can't deny that there are certain plugins, certain cheat codes within the system. But does someone throw up their hands? Does someone not want to still give themselves the best option to at least be in the conversation? You can't throw up your hands and give up, Johanse?
Nah, don't give up, but acknowledge what is the truth. Because we all know that we don't like driving to work in traffic. We all know that, especially from COVID, that working from home in certain situations actually more efficient than coming into the office. But we still hold on to the lie that you have to be in the office, because once you're in the office, you're doing work. Now, I'm highlighting these things because understanding the truth of something could help you navigate it better, instead of pretending the lie or maintaining the lie. And it's not to throw your hands up, it's to acknowledge what are the rules. Because if you're playing a game, let me call it, some people consider life a game, right? If you're playing a game, to be successful in the game, you have to know the rules. But if they tell you you're playing one game, so old school, if you're playing snake and ladders, but you're playing snake and ladders with Ludo rules, you will lose, or vice versa. And you know it's really Ludo you're playing, you know. But everybody telling you snake and ladder, and everybody lie and say, well, it's really snake and ladder you're playing, but you know deep down. So you know, and we know in this society what is necessary to get certain things and certain successes. We know if we want certain things speed up, we had to pay a little extra to get it on time if we need to go away. We know, etc., but we pretend we don't know.
If the lie is working, Johanse, if people are comfortable within the lie, because I'm thinking here, to bring truth, especially to power, to bring truth to a system requires a revolution, requires sometimes drastic action, you know. We really could deal with that? We ready for that kind of revolution in this place?
It don't matter if we're ready, because we could see the decline in society. So if something not working now, we could see the lie working in our minds, but we could see the evidence in society that the lie not working, and not only our society, the world in itself. If we look at the social infrastructure of most things in the world societies, we can't say for sure that every society is on the increase. And if we use here in Trinidad, can we say we're on the increase or we're on the decline? So therefore, what the lie that we purporting definitely not working. We're still holding on to possibly our education system that is it still working? We're holding on to even believe, some people believe that I could bring up my child however I want, and when they reach 18, they're just supposed to know what's going on. You know that is not true, because we've seen the evidence of it. Yeah. I have no time, so I would just leave my child on the tablet or the phone. And then when the child can't put down the tablet or phone, I don't know how my child reached this way. I just given you different segments of the line.
Well, interesting you mentioned education system. So because of this whole quota arms discussion recently with the Columbus boats, there's a new school of thought. And I guess because it's in the public domain and the discussion is happening, so there's this new school of thought that the boats never even made it to Trinidad. That the big boat, which would have been the Santa Maria, sunk off the Hispaniola, off of Haiti, Hispaniola. So that sank years before he even reached this part of the Caribbean. So, you're hearing all kind of different conversations coming up now, especially to deal and to treat with the, I guess, original lie, which would have been our history being written by our colonial masters, and, well, I won't say masters, but your process.
Right. Even on those boats, I remember I saw a post by Dominic Caliposa that said even the names of the ships that we thought is something different. Is that Columbus left Spain with those ships, but he didn't reach here with those ships. So I just put in it that way, is that sometimes we really don't know sometimes what is the truth, but what we know for sure is evidence. So whether it is the ships, whether it is the education system, whether it is society or family, what we have is evidence of whether something working or not. So even though we might know the exact truth of it, we have the evidence. So if the evidence shows that it's not working, then something have to change.
And it's not talk about, people being well, I don't want to say comfortable with the lie, but there are people who, even when you bring evidence, you bring the truth to them, because that lie is so ingrained, it's part of their culture, part of their existence, part of their system of operation. They still don't want to move away from it, There are some people they feel very safe within that system and structure that tells the lie, whether it be the lie within the work system, the school system. You grow up hearing about quote-unquote first choice, prestige school, second choice, third choice. But really and truly, every school is a school of quality. I went to a junior sec from my first year. I went to Belmont Secondary, might not be considered the greatest, boys' school in the city, but I got an integral will. When I got there, I met amazing friends. I was able to find my career, find my voice. I had a teacher who saw the potential and gave me a platform. So to me, Belmont Secondary, Boys Secondary, which is now St. Francis, it's a fantastic school. But that was not the feeling back then, because naturally, boys will want to go to, let's say, a QRC, a Fatima, St. Mary's. Those are the top tier schools. Even at Trinity will come in the conversation. Top tier schools in the area. I think we were able to change the conversation, and we were able to switch that mindset and that lie. Because I think St. Francis now is our first choice. And St. Francis is our first choice now,
And that happened through evidence, because even the word prestige, right, is a group of people have to decide that, I remember I have a client, she in Form 4 and Form 5, and she said she went a camp in one of the prestige schools over the holidays, and she said that this is what the school looked like, because she said when she went in a prestige school, she expected to see something of a certain standard, but it wasn't that. But we keep up the word prestige, we keep up the word education, we keep up the word society, we keep up all these things that we know really is not the truth.
You want to say, and the couple of seconds that remain, you have the final say.
Nation, everyone knows personally what is their truth, what is the truth of their family and what is the truth of their nation and their situation. Don't make life complicated by holding up the lie, because even though life is not easy, it's really not that hard. Thank you for listening.
Yohanse Ayodike, behavioral change consultant for our mental health matters. We'll take a pause and come back with your weather before we transition into the morning shot. See you soon.